Somewhere in Africa right now, a beetle is rolling a ball of poop across the savanna, and without it, entire ecosystems would collapse. Sounds absurd, right? A bug pushing dung around, and somehow the fate of forests, farms, and even the climate depends on it? Stick with me. Because the dung beetle might be the most important animal you've never actually thought about. Here's the problem it solves. Every single day, one elephant can produce over 300 pounds of dung. Multiply that by millions of large animals across the planet, and you get a mountain of waste. If nothing cleaned it up, grasslands would get buried under poop, grass would die, and disease would spread like wildfire. That's where the dung beetle comes in. These beetles smell dung from over half a mile away. Some can fly toward it within seconds of it hitting the ground. Then they do something incredible. They shape it into a perfect ball, sometimes bigger than their own body, and roll it away to bury it underground. Why does that matter? When they bury dung, three things happen at once. First, they fertilize the soil. Buried dung breaks down and feeds nutrients straight into the ground, helping grass and plants grow stronger. Second, they stop diseases. Dung left sitting on the surface attracts flies and parasites that spread illness to livestock and wild animals. Bury it fast and you cut that cycle off before it starts. Third, and this one surprises people, they reduce greenhouse gases. Dung sitting in the open releases methane, a gas far more powerful than carbon dioxide at trapping heat. Bury it underground, and that process slows dramatically. One tiny insect, three massive environmental effects. Now here's where it gets even stranger. Some dung beetles navigate using the stars. Scientists at Lund University proved this by putting tiny hats on beetles to block their view of the sky. The blindfolded beetles rolled in random directions. The ones who could see the Milky Way rolled in straight, efficient lines. A beetle using the galaxy as a compass just to push poop in a straight line. So what happens if dung beetles disappear? Farmers already know the answer. In the 1960s, Australia brought in cattle, but native beetles weren't built to handle cow dung the way they handled kangaroo droppings. Dung piled up across the continent. Flies exploded in number. Pastures became unusable. The solution? Scientists had to import dung beetles from other countries just to fix the mess. That's the chain reaction. Remove the beetle, and grasslands suffer, disease spreads, insect populations explode, and farming becomes harder. One small creature holding up an entire system. So next time you see a beetle rolling something across the ground, don't look away in disgust. You're watching one of nature's most efficient recyclers, one of its best pest control agents, and one of its most underrated climate protectors. Nature rarely announces its most important workers. Sometimes the most powerful species on Earth is the one nobody bothers to notice. If this changed the way you see the world around you, subscribe. There are hundreds of hidden connections like this one still waiting to be uncovered.